Elasticity is an important measure in talking about economic theory, and in particular microeconomics. This short video will look at the calculation of various types of elasticity. Elasticity is a measure of how much the quantity demanded of a particular good or service will change in response to changes in price, the price of another good, or income. The three types of elasticity that we will look at are the price elasticity of demand, the cross-price elasticity of demand, and income elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand measures the percentage change in the quantity demanded in response to a 1% change in price. The formula, in general terms, is the percentage change in the quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in price. A more useful formula for calculating something called point elasticity is the following: Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1 over P2 minus P1 divided by P1. The Q's represent some good X, and the P's represent the price of that good. The procedure for calculating the price elasticity of demand is as follows. Write down the formula: Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1 all over P2 minus P1 over P1. Locate the starting price and the starting quantity and label the starting quantity as Q1 and the starting price as P1. In this video, we will look at the cross-price elasticity of demand for two goods, X and Y. The cross-price elasticity of demand measures the percentage change in the quantity demanded for one good divided by the percentage change in the price for another good. The general formula is the percentage change in the quantity demanded of good X divided by the percentage change in the price of good Y. A more practical formula for calculating the elasticity, or the point income elasticity, is Qx2 minus Qx1 divided by Qx1 all over Py2 minus Py1 divided by Py1. The quantities are of one good and the prices are of a second good. The formula for calculating the cross-price elasticity of demand is to write down the formula first: Qx2 minus Qx1 divided by Qx1 divided by Py2 minus Py divided by Py1. Next, locate the starting price of good Y and the starting quantity of good X, and label the starting quantity as QX1 and the starting price as PY1. Locate the ending price of good Y and the ending quantity, and label the ending quantity of good X as X2 and the ending price as PY2. Subtract the starting quantity of good X from the ending quantity of good X. Divide the difference between the starting quantity of good X and the ending quantity of good X by the starting quantity of good X, and this will give the percentage change in quantity. Next, subtract the starting price of good Y from the ending price of good Y. Divide the difference between the starting price and the ending price of good Y by the starting price of good Y. This gives the percentage change in price. Divide the percentage change in quantity by the percentage change in price. Let's look at an example. According to data collected by a market research firm, when a price of gasoline is $2.50, an automobile company sells 40 cars. When the price of gasoline increases to $4, the firm sells 50 cars. First, we start out by putting down our formula. QX2 minus QX1 divided by QX1 all over PY2 minus PY1 divided by PY1. Our next step is to locate the starting quantity. In this case, the starting quantity is the number of cars that the automobile company sells, and this is 40. We take the 40 and we substitute in for QX1. We also need to locate the starting price of good Y, which is gasoline, and so what we will do is look for the 250 and take the 250 and put it in for PY1. Our next step is to find the quantity of cars that are sold. This is 50, so we substitute in 50 for QX2. Our next thing we need to do is find the second price, and this is the price per gallon. Turns out to be $4, and we substitute the $4 in for PY2. Our next step is to go back up to the top or into the numerator and do the calculation first of finding the difference between the two quantities. So 50 minus 40 is 10. Our next step is to subtract from $4 250, which gives $1.50. Our next step is to divide the percentage, or to find the percentage of the quantity. So this is 10 over 40, or 40 divided by 10, which gives 0.25. Our next step is to divide the price, find the change in price, or the percentage change in price, and we do that by dividing $1.50 by 250, which gives 60 cents, or 0.60. We now divide 0.25 by 60, and this gives 0.42. The final elasticity that we'll look at is the demand elasticity of income. The income elasticity of demand measures the percentage change in the demand for a good divided by the percentage change in income. The generic formula is the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in income. A more useful formula for us to use to calculate the income elasticity of demand is the following: Q2 minus Q1 all over Q1 divided by I2 minus I1 over I1. The Q's represent the quantity of some good, and I represents income that a person earns. The first step is to write down the formula Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1 all over I2 minus I1 all over I1. Second, locate the starting quantity and the starting income and label the starting quantity as Q1 and the starting income as I1. 3. Locate the ending quantity and the ending income and label the ending quantity as Q2 and the ending income as I2. Subtract the ending quantity from the starting quantity Divide the difference between the starting quantity and the ending quantity by the starting quantity, and this will give the percent change in quantity. Subtract the starting income from the ending income and divide the difference between the starting income and the ending income by the starting income. This gives the percent change in income. Divide the percent change in quantity by the percent change in. Let's look at an example. Tanisha is a marketing specialist with a firm that rents DVDs by mail. She has collected some data which shows that when a person earns $4,000 per month, they rent 6 DVDs, and if they receive an increase in their income from $4,000 to $6,000 a month, then they rent 8 DVDs. The first step is to write down the formula Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1 all over I2 minus I1 divided by I1. Next, we need to identify what the starting quantity is, and in this case, the quantity of DVDs that the person rents before they receive the raise is 6, and so we substitute in the 6 for Q1. Second, we find out what their starting income is, and in this case, the starting income is $4,000. So we substitute in $4,000 for I1. The next thing we need to do is find the ending quantity, and so this is what the person rents when they have $6,000 per month of income, and we'll substitute in 8 for Q2. The next step is to find out what the final income of this individual is. And in this case, the final income is $6,000. So we will substitute in $6,000 for I2. Next, we'll subtract 6 from 8, leaving 4. Next, we're going to subtract 4,000 from 6,000, leaving 2,000. 4 divided by 6 is 0.67. Dividing 2,000 by 4,000 gives us 0.5. 0.67 divided by 0.5 is 1.34. The income elasticity of demand for this particular scenario is 1.34.